Hello, people of the internet! This is the fantastic Mr. S here again with another episode of Thoughts on Thomas. And by the way, since people of the internet, sorry about that. Another episode of Thoughts on Thomas. And by the way, sorry about that, fellas. Okay. So, just on a side note, this is probably going to be the last episode that I do on Hangouts on Air since it's going away and all. But anywho, enough about that. Let's get down to business. So today's episode, as you guys are all aware, is going to be about Sodor Island 3D and what happened after it closed. Because as most of you are aware, Sodor Island 3D, they decided to shut down after some of their older models got leaked by a bunch of, bad apples, of course. And after they shut down, pretty much the entire Thomas Trains community just flipped out. They went crazy. Nobody knew what to do. Everyone was lost. Oh no, what are we going to do? And that was basically just people that didn't have the Sodor Island 3D models. Sucked to be them. But I don't mean any offense to that. Since then, we've actually gotten along fine. In fact, more and more people have started making models of Thomas characters, both models that have been done before and haven't. I went down the latter route where I made models such as Molly and Samson and Bradford. I even made Croven's Gate, the Scarloey Station. But the point is, we all got along fine. We all got along fine without Sodor Island 3D around. And it just baffles me that there are some people out there that are still wishing for Sodor Island 3D to come back. Still wishing that they would bring back the site and all that. Then everything will be great. But I got sour news for you, people. It ain't happening. It may never happen, actually. I don't know. I mean, never say never, but yeah. It's looking like that it may never happen.
It won't. Probably won't, due to a certain individual in the Thomas Trains community.
Oh, and by the way, guys, this is my friend and accomplice, partner in crime, RJ Bansma. Say hi to the crowd, RJ.
Hello.
So, RJ. Oh, and we got some more guests too. Mike the Red Engine,
aka Chase.
Yo, what's up?
Yes, what's up indeed. And our other
Brandon
good friend,
Polly.
yes, Brandon Polly.
Hey, everybody!
Whoa, I didn't recognize you for a minute there. Go ahead. Sorry.
Neither did I.
Oh, Jesus. Like, holy crap. Did a new Brandon Polly just show up? Like, seriously, I swear. It's just like did he just have like the new la 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 voice? You know what I mean?
Different voice, same old me.
Jesus.
Can we get back on topic, please?
Mhm.
Please. So we So, RJ, who is this individual that you were speaking of? Well, I know who the individual is, but the fans, but our viewers probably don't. So
That's true.
Well, this certain individual is someone you might know in the Thomas Trains community, Nick Bogia.
Oh yes, I know him.
I don't actually. Please explain.
He's
Mind if I
Sure,
since I
Jake.
know him a bit better? If it's okay. If not, it's fine.
I didn't mean to make it personal.
It's fine.
Crumbs.
Let me finish. Nick Bogia is a member of the Thomas Trains community that's been a long time, but in the last year, I've been seeing clones of, of the old Sodor Island 3D site. Now, if you guys have seen these clones, take them with a grain of salt. Because they're not the full site, essentially. So Nick Bogia keeps saying that he's a part of the Sodor Island 3D team and that he knows Sean.
He's even told me the same thing.
Turns out he doesn't. I actually did talk to Sean personally on Twitter via DMs, and Sean hasn't, he hasn't talked a word to Nick at all.
It's true.
I've got one thing for that. He's delusional.
Well,
gonna read
not
myself.
to mention, Nick said he supposedly knew Sean, but more or less was just using Sean's identity without his consent. Which, mind you, here in the United States, is a criminal offense.
I'm just gonna go. I don't think this is gonna. I know, but I never mind. Never mind.
It's for context reason, Chase.
Yes, I know,
It's
but I
not
don't
even
want
part-
him to
it's not even. It's not even the whole stream. It's the whole thing is going to be about Sodor Island 3D in general. Just
Yeah.
so you know.
But I can't stay too long because I've got my grandma's clients that are trying to sleep, and I don't want to be loud either. So, back on topic. Go ahead.
Well, speaking of which, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Nick's actions. Now, for reasons, Nick and Sodor Island. Sorry about this, Scott.
That's okay.
I'm just warning you all, do not trust the site without knowing a few things. If you see the quality of the screenshots being mediocre, not official. And with these knockoffs, yeah, Sodor Island 3D is not coming back. It kind of demotivated Sean. And he did consider bringing the site back, but this was the last straw, unfortunately.
Well, the last straw, of course, because the previous last straw, or the penultimate straw, as you like to call it, it happened when those bad apples, of course, leaked his private models. That's what caused the site to shut down. But yeah, you're right. What Nick did kill Sean's motivation to bring it back, and that's that for now, anyways. But yeah, it's not really a huge loss. Sodor Island 3D never comes back because, guys, we don't need Sodor Island 3D anymore. We really don't. You want proof of that? Look at all the great models that people have been making recently. Hell,
That's true.
Well, hope you don't mind me sharing. There was especially one I had in mind.
sure.
Well, I've only can figure out how to do it on share screen, I think. Open.
Are you on your phone or computer?
Here it is.
Never mind.
Just merely out of curiosity.
Yeah, the old interactive segment models, they were good for their time, but
Yeah, I don't know if they.
Hello, childhood.
I could imagine. I could see someone making models of those for curiosity's sake, or
I mean,
But am I right,
you-
guys? Hello,
I mean,
childhood.
I mean, are you certain about that? I mean, look how many retweets and likes this got already. I mean, yikes!
I see.
I only posted just I don't know, yesterday.
I know, but what sets me
sure it
off are
wasn't
the
the other
cartoon
day?
style phases.
You sure it wasn't the other day that they posted it?
I'm sorry.
Are you sure it wasn't the other day that they posted it?
I couldn't hear you properly. Say that again.
Are you sure that it wasn't the other day that that they posted that pic?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's all right. But as I was saying, hell, I've got friends over. I've got friends over on a site called Sudbury Junction, and they're planning to make like super accurate versions of the Thomas the Tank Engine models from season 1 to 5 at least. I know a model of Thomas has already been released on it, and it looks fantastic.
You mean the one with the season 1 style?
Exactly, bingo.
Yeah.
If you guys really want a new Thomas model, just go to that site, download it. I know a lot of you already have, but for those that haven't, yeah, follow their lead.
But one little pro tip: don't make history repeat itself. If you catch my drift.
Exactly. Don't make history repeat itself. But even if you do, I don't think it'll be the end of the world because there are like millions of people. There's got to be like thousands of creators out there making Thomas models, some even as accurate as they can be. And they're going to keep popping up for as long as this fandom's going to be around.
Yes, like take Carson for instance.
Yes, Carson, thank you. I was just going to mention Sodor Workshops. That site's been around for 10 years now. Over 10 years now, I think.
Really? That
Yeah.
long? Crumbs. I didn't realize.
Well, it's been around as long as Sodor Island 3D has.
Yep. And look at the models that they're releasing now. Recently, they just released Henry and Duck and Donald and Douglas and Boko.
And Gordon?
Yes.
Maybe Gordon? I don't know. I thought I saw Gordon.
Yeah, they released, well, a different version of Gordon that's not in that style, but you should see the seasons 3 to 5 style models that they're releasing. I mean, they may not be totally accurate, but they still look pretty damn impressive. You haven't downloaded those already? Check them out, man. Check them out.
I mean, going off topic for a moment. Have you ever? I couldn't help thinking about the current CGI television models. I think in a mix model series and current CGI. Think about it. Classic models with the extra detailing.
Hey, that's $1 million idea right there.
Just
you guys want to make those classic models with those, just as Brandon said, maybe that'll give you guys some ideas. Am I right?
well, just some random idea. Someone did that similar before the CGI update. They mixed it with like the railway series and the television series.
And speaking of television series, there's still Wild Nor'Wester's Railway series models if you guys want to use those.
One thing I was really impressed with is Donald and Douglas models.
Same here. Hell, getting. But yeah, if you guys want those kind of models, go check them out. I think for the most part, they're gonna fill. They're probably gonna fill the void that Sodor Island 3D left. And,
although I do have one recommendation. They only work in Trains 2019. And if you were going to get Trains 2019, guys, check your computer specs. It's not a low-end sim anymore.
I was going to recommend that, actually.
Exactly.
Because it is a very high-end sim.
But if you guys don't want to use Trains 19 and would rather use something like Trains 2009 or Trains 10, like I've got, or Trains 12, then
or Trains a New Era. Because
again, there's Sudbury Junction's Thomas model, and several more that they're making. I know. I've seen screenshots of their works in progress. They've got, they've got nearly completed models of Toby and Percy and Duck, and James too. Although, I mean, yeah, there's still works in progress, but once they're up on the site, mate, I think you guys will be. I think you guys will. I think
Work in progress or not, I'm still splendid.
exactly.
That's
think
my
that'll
game
guide-
choice, by the way.
I think those will suit your needs just fine. Just like
Exactly.
just like the old 2006 models suit my needs just fine. And while we're on that subject, yeah, that's why I still use them, because I think they still hold up, and well, for other reasons. I mean, as much as I don't know, as much as I liked the 2010 and models that they made after that, and the 2012 models, I don't think a lot of them. I don't think a lot of the existing models really needed updates, except for Duck, Oliver, Donald, and Douglas, of course. But other than that, I think, yeah, I guess they could have given the faces eye directions and head codes, which, to be fair, they started implementing when they did the 2010 models. But other than that, I don't think. I think they achieved perfection with most of the 2006 models, regardless if they were 100% accurate or not. I mean, after that, the only thing that really got me excited was the Island of Sodor complete route, because it was like having the whole island of Sodor in one route, and that really excited me.
Need I mention that those kinds of models are the ones I grew up with in my childhood years?
Same here.
I mean, how old were you back then when you first saw them?
I'd say I was about. I'd say I was 16 when they first came out, but I didn't start downloading them until I was about 17. I was either 16 or 17 when I got them.
I was
And I
around.
never looked back.
For me, I was around 8 or 9.
And luckily, fans have managed to archive some of the old 2010 models. Well, most of them.
Indeed.
If they ever need, probably as backup in case they ever needed it again. Good thing I did so.
I'm rather surprised that year after year they're always improving, and this year they've how we say, icing on the cake.
Well, that's
Pretty
that's
much-
a lot of.
pretty
Well,
much-
that's
Pretty much my
There are-
reaction right there.
well, there are plenty of reasons why software improving. I mean, 10 years ago, Blender wasn't. I don't think it really was around. If it was probably in its early stages.
Could be right about that. Might explain why the 2006 models looked the way they did.
Touche.
And let's be honest, with Blender these days, you can make the models on any operating system: Windows, Linux, Mac, you name it. In fact, there's even a port for Amiga OS. And if you don't know what Amiga OS is, essentially the operating system for the Commodore Amiga.
Mm-hmm. And while we're on the subject of roots, it's,
Roots.
glad
There
to-
aren't
you want to know
Roots.
another reason why we don't need Sodor Island 3D to come back?
roots. There aren't any plants here.
Not those kind of roots. I'm talking, I'm talking about the Island of Sodor route. You know, the one that the massive project that Sodor Island 3D had been working on for the past like 9 years or so.
Sure, planned ideas in my head.
Yep. And that too that's coming back. Not as a Sodor Island 3D thing, but as a Sodor Workshops thing. They're gonna release
Essentially,
they're eventually gonna release the Croven's Gate extension that we've all been waiting for. Well, as
essentially,
West.
what was left of Sodor Island 3D was just merged into Sodor Workshops.
I mean, I mean, we didn't know if that would ever get released, but I was just glad that that Jake and Tyrone that they were still passionate about the route and want to keep working on it.
Time and effort is my guess.
Yep.
I
And-
mean, I
I'm
think
glad
I just figured it was no wonder he hasn't uploaded much in a while.
Well, they probably didn't want to go. They didn't want the route to go to waste.
hmm
Yeah, like I said, time and effort.
I'm just glad they still had the passion to make it. Just glad that that nobody killed their motivation.
I'm still surprised that Tyrone is still making music.
Well, he did take a break,
Here and there.
intervene here and there, but
That would explain it.
good to hear. I'm glad that we could hear from him again. Hell, I was in contact with him recently about when I told him about my Croven's Gate buildings, and I told him that he was welcome to use them for the route if he wanted.
His
And
response?
he did.
Oh.
Well, at least they used my Croven's Gate shed, which I'm very humbled about. I am super humbled that they would use some of my work for their route. More excited for that than them actually releasing it. You know what I mean?
Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
Because for everything they've ever done, I've wanted to give back. I wanted to make something for them. I wanted to give back, you know? I'm glad that I was
Exactly.
able to give back something.
Generosity,
That's what you
always
should
the
be
answer.
doing really, if you've been inspired by someone who's been making stuff of, for others for all those years or so, the one thing you want to do is to want to be able to give back. And I am still so humbled that that those that used to be part of Sodor Island 3D, a site that I grew up with, would want to use some of my work.
Not to mention Richard Jordan has come back.
Yes, he has.
Oh, and
He's even made a few. He's even made a few videos and trains himself using Sodor Workshop's new models.
by the way, everyone, if you've heard rumors that he was possibly dead from someone, no, he's not.
Exactly. And speaking of roots, if you want to go even better, if you want to take it a step further, my friend Thomas Tuggs fan, he's working on a series of locations
left.
that are
Oh my, he
he's
left.
working on locations that are actually more accurate to the island of the official Sodor Island map. And let me tell you, that they look just as good as Sodor Island 3D's these routes, if not better. What I really like about Thomas Tuggs fans' routes is that not only are they more accurate to the Sodor map than the official than the island of Sodor route that Jake and Tyrone are working on. No offense to them, but I also like how he keeps it simple. His routes are like paintings, 3D paintings.
Thomas Tuggs fan.
Yeah, go look him up on Twitter. He's already released parts of his island of Sodor route, like a chunk of Thomas's branch line, the first two parts of Caldy Fell, one of the Renaeus tunnel diorama for the Scarloey Railway.
Mm-hmm.
You guys really got to check them out. They're fantastic. Another thing I like about those routes is that he keeps them simple. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of there's plenty of detail around the around on these stations and other locations of note, but he keeps the focus where it should be. I mean,
You mean
I-
him?
yeah, you know, I mean, I really enjoy Sodor Island 3D's Island of Sodor route. I really do, and I still use it to this day. But what I've noticed is that while they've been building the route, they've been putting like a lot of emphasis on the towns, like and surrounding areas, actually more than necessary. And while that's fine, and they look great, I just don't think it's all that necessary. And then again, that's why I look forward to Thomas Tuggs fans' routes more, because not just for the accuracy, but again, he keeps the focus where it should be. Less is more. You know what I'm saying?
Personally, I would like a little more detail without it being too taxing on the RAM.
Yep. I think, yeah, and that's another thing. The island of Sodor route, it takes up a lot of space, and it's a little slow to load. That's the one downside with the route. I've actually never had that. I've never had that problem with Thomas Tuggs fans' routes or anything, but we'll just have to wait and see. Again, no offense to Sodor on 3D. No offense to Jake and Tyrone. I love your work. I love their work, and I am super honored that you guys would use some of my stuff. But I figured I'd get my 2 cents on there about that.
Not to mention, there's still plenty of content being created for the over trains in general.
Exactly, as we've been discussing earlier. I look for if you guys. To this day, I look forward to seeing what others are creating and conjuring up and how they're executing them and all that. That's fantastic. Don't you guys agree?
Stupendous, even.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, shall we move on?
Yes, so we shall.
What else are we going to talk about?
Actually, I think I've said. Actually, I think I've said. I think we've said what we've wanted to say about it already.
So, what now then?
Here's what now. I want to thank all you guys that were watching, that coming out and hearing what we have to say. If you didn't catch the stream, you can always watch it here now. I'd like to thank RJ and Brandon and Chase for being on here. You
Who
guys
just
are
left?
great. Thanks for coming on, guys.
See you around.
Yeah, see you around, Brandon.
Oh.
All right. This is the fantastic Mr. S signing out.